Been sorted into Ravenclaw. Time for classes. Ah! I don't think I'm very good at this. Cool tree though. Ah! All right. Put a little of this. And a little of that. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I can do this. This is one I can do. I can drink coffee. We're not drinking coffee? We're not drinking coffee? I guess tea. Tea's fine. Okay. I'm seeing something. I'm seeing that you guys are going to see how all of these were made. Keep watching. I'm seeing lots of cats.
All right, I've been busy. I got from Puremind, thank you very much. They sent me all 3 of their little Hogwarts classes. It says assembly difficulty about 2.5 stars, easy peasy. And you know what? I think I can do all these in one setting. These are great. They're adorable and they're very easy. Skill level, I think it would be a great beginners. There's no lights. So let's start with the little Herbology class. With these, I notice after doing all 3, they do provide glue. So I got 3 sticks of glue, and it's that nice gel glue. I'll definitely have lots left over for future kits that don't have glue. This is where I get all my glue, usually. I don't think I have... No, I bought the tacky glue, yeah. But there's not a lot of glue that I have to buy after doing so many kits. But just opening up nice and basic, I think this is very doable. There's not even a whole lot of beads, you know, tiny parts in this one. At least the first one. And I'm just going to kind of pre-scan as I do the instructions. They're very nice and clear. It tells you which side it should be facing forward, you know, the printed, non-printed side. They're good quality instructions. When you know, you know. You had some where we get some magnifying glasses and our Sherlock Holmes hat out. So let's do the first thing on the first page. And it's our little table here. Putting these together, and I was concerned that, you know, some of these, if you push it too hard, they will break. The teeny tiny pieces, they give you extra parts for, not all of them, but there are some that there's a reason they give you extra parts, because they're just so small that they will snap if you bend it a little bit too hard. But for the most part, I didn't break anything until, well, you'll see at the end. All right, now we're going to make a little, a little shelf for our potting shed, our greenhouse. This is the, the Herbology, oh gosh, what is it? The mandrakes and all those things, the screaming mandrakes. But this is going to hold all our tools here. To build this one, make sure you do it in the order that they say. It does make sense after a while because once you put this pole on and then you want to put all your little tools on there and then you put your side on. So you don't want to seal it up before you put these little guys on there. And we have a couple little crates. I like that these are all nicely printed. We don't have to do any wallpapering. So it's just, it's like a 3D puzzle, basically. We could do this. This is a nice mind vacation from doing, the more difficult kits. I enjoyed this. I did these just sitting in front of the TV. I've been getting into Bridgerton lately. Anybody watching that? Love it. I'm on the last season, or the newest season, I guess. Oh my goodness. But that's what I was watching while I was doing the Harry Potter. Ironically, yeah. There we go. We got another box. And this one's got actually a little mandrake. He's cute. He's sleeping. So, shh. You gotta be quiet because you don't want him to wake up. Otherwise, you need those earmuffs. And they do have them. Very clever. They have an eye for detail here. And we have the main table of this little diorama here. We're just gonna, not the tabletop, there we go. We gotta do the legs and make sure, well, I don't think it matters a lot, but make sure where the little hole, see the holes in the middle, make sure it's facing the right way. Otherwise, you kind of have to adjust where you place things when you flip it over. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. It's a tabletop. If you did it upside down, you'll just change from the right side to the left side where the little mandrakes and crates go. Not a biggie. Another thing, when you get this glue and you're saying, hey, it doesn't come out and it doesn't work, it's got a plug. And a lot of kits, they put plugs in them. So before you think it's all dried up and no good, take off the lid and see if it's got a seal on it. I've done that a couple times, like, hey, why isn't this not working? Oh, that's why. And that's just for shipping so it doesn't dry out by the time it gets to you. So let's just finish up this table. So we have at least 1 or 2 books in every setting here, naturally, because it's a classroom. You got to have textbooks, right? And these are very nice. They're all pre-creased. We don't even have to pre-score them or anything. Just fold them up, glue them, and then set them aside until we need them. And now we're going to set our table here. You got these little beads and you got the little mandrake guys, and they just fit in like that. And then you put them in the little holes here. Again, if you put them in the wrong spots, it'll still look as cute as it did. And then we're going to put our little crate of the big mandrake, and then of course the ever important earmuffs, so it doesn't break your eardrums there. And a textbook. And now we have a nice big tree. This turns out kind of cool. I like it. So you just follow the directions, and these are these teeny tiny little parts that is breakable, so be careful. And everything that, all 3 of these kits, they all fit very tight. So I hardly had to glue anything, to be honest. There was a couple parts here and there. Go by feel. If you feel like it's going to slide around way too much for your liking, by all means, glue. They give you plenty. I don't think I even used maybe a quarter of the glue that they gave me. And I appreciate that because I'm going to use that glue later. And this piece here, I didn't notice until later that I flipped it. It's flipped the wrong way. I don't know how much it matters, but you know, I want to go by the instructions as much as I can. So easy enough. Just flip it. There we go. And here's more of these teeny little, they do, and there's a red exclamation in the instructions. They give you extra parts, and thank goodness. I did end up with a lot of extra parts. Let's build the little leaves. If you get the Herbology class, the main subject of this little diorama is the tree. And so you'll spend probably the most time on this. I like it. It turned out really cool. It's cute for your fellow gardener and Harry Potter lover. All the pieces are pretty much, they just stick onto the face of the tree. Then there you got these two little pieces that literally hang on top of the tree branch off the left hand or right hand if you're facing. And they are just be careful. They are breakable. I did pretty good with these. I'm surprised because I usually break at least one or two pieces here and there. And if you do, it's really easy. Just glue them back together. All right, now let's build our little base here. And all three bases are built pretty much the same way. So we're going to put the sidewalls on first. And these fit very tight. So, I'm going to take out the dreaded hammer. I won't put the sound on. Don't worry. But do what you got to do to squish those in. And then this particular one, because it's a greenhouse, it's got windows. So make sure you peel the little covering and be light with the glue. Just try to put it in spots where you won't notice it too much. So I put it in the corners. Once you got that, then you're going to do the very bottom. And all you're going to do is just put the two side pieces on and then build it all the way around. If you have to, I did glue it a little bit because this particular one was a little loose. but glue it as needed. And it should look a little something like that. It's got the Puremind brand in the back and Harry Potter in the front. All right, let's fill our house. I tried to stick with what was included in the kit just to show you that you could make this completely without anything outside of tools. So the glue, it dries a little bit slow, which is fine, but it is a good sticky glue. But for that shelf on the wall, I laid it on its side and let it dry for a minute before tipping it up. That way it'll stick to the wall. And this is the only kit that has something glued to the wall, so wasn't too bad. And let's fill it in with all the rest of the goodies. And ta-da! Class is ready. Ready to learn. All right, we finished the first one. Not too bad. Let's put that to the back. And what's next? Ah, potions class. Maybe Snape will be there. It is fun opening these boxes to see what's inside. It's like a Christmas present every time. So each one of these comes with a thing of glue. I notice only 2 of them comes with the tweezers, which makes sense because this one and the next one that we're going to do has smaller parts. I would say the easiest of the 3 was the Herbology class. So that's pretty easy. You can just put it together, bing, bong, boom, you're done. This one's got a little bit, we got a little step up here. All right, this particular kit, we start with the base first. So we flip-flop it a little bit. That's fine. So let's go ahead and first we're gonna build the base. It's a little bit backwards, but we got this. For the two walls, we just have the little outline to put on there. The trim, I guess, with our spells. And instead of putting one side on and then the other side, I thought it would be a little easier to put the two walls together first and then put it in the base. You can go either route. There's no wrong answer here, as long as you get the same end result, right? And they do fit very tight, so that's why I thought I would put this way first, and then I can jam it in going down all at once. We got the classroom. Now we need the stuff to go in it. And the first thing up, we have this little cabinet guy. It looks complicated. It's not. Just step by step, we'll build up this little cabinet. These easier kits are great for all of us that, you know, do the little more tricky ones, complicated ones. It kind of puts all your, oh, I know how to do this. And you feel really smart and very talented. Because it's all we've done before. And it puts our skills to the test, so to speak, I guess. And we just have one little beaker on the top here. We'll fill in the rest later. But first, we're going to do this, the table where we do all our potions at, right? And it just starts out, just build a box. And then we got the bottom of the table. The only tricky part on this is just make sure everything's the right direction. So the short little stubby legs are at the bottom, and then the long one is going to be where the top of the table is going to be. This is the bottom of the table. And then that box you made, it goes in the middle. So this is the middle of the table, if you can think about it that way. And the table top. And again, just pay attention to which way the holes go. And then we got a few little goodies that go on the table here. All our potions. All right, now it's going to get a little bit smaller. So we're going to build a little test tube holder. Might be small. If you need to, use your pliers and things that you have handy. As you should have handy. Once you get your little shelf, then I just put a little dabble of glue. It looks terrible there, but I just pulled the little strings off. It's stringy like hot glue kind of is. And you just clean it up a little bit. See? It looks fine. And then, of course, you need a cauldron. So this one, it's got a couple legs, or 3 to be exact. This is where you could possibly break these little legs, and they do give you extra parts. They know, they're smart. They know where it... I'm sure they tested this many, many times. For the cauldron, you're just going to wrap this pre-cut wire. It's nice. I didn't have to cut any wires to size or anything. Everything's cut just exactly what you need. So it's all inclusive. And just wrap it around each end. It's pretty easy to bend. Once you got your kettle or your cauldron, I guess, you're going to take this cool green fuzz. That's your bubbling potion. Put as much as you feel. And then we're going to glue it to the base. I tried to line up the little 3 feet to the 3 things. Doesn't line up exactly, but it works pretty good. Like that. And then, of course, you have boxes. We can do these. They're all pre-creased. Just fold them up and glue them up. You got 3 of them. Why is the big box all the extremely poisonous things? Uh-oh. What are the other ones? Just kind of poisonous? And, of course, books. Same thing. You got 3 books this time, and one is our actual potions textbook. Advanced potion making. Alright, if you haven't seen my previous videos where I discovered my new tool is this quilling tool, highly recommend. It makes doing these little scrolls like magic. You just put it in the end and zoop, you're done. And this one's even easier because you put the little jump ring here. It's going to hold the scroll together. Just like that. And just let it go. And boom, you got yourself a scroll. Can't be any easier. They were like, I think I found them on, not Target, Amazon for $1 or $2 for 4 of them. So if I break one, I got 3 more. Now we're going to make potions. So the best part is you get glitter. Oh. I started doing these. I tried to figure out how am I going to get this stuff into the little jars. So I thought of, bending the plastic bag a little bit and things. And then finally, I dug around my stuff and I had this file that's kind of curved. And I think it's going to be a perfect little scooper. So I'm going to try to scoop up my beads here. Some are beads, some are just like pieces of metal or plastic. And then just scoop it right in. It worked perfectly for me. You could also make a little funnel out of paper. I thought of that too, but I found this little tool I forgot that I had. And I'm just going to fill up all my jars. And while I'm at it, there's 2 more little potion jars. I'm going to go ahead and fill these too while I have my tools and everything out. And the last thing we need to do to these is put little labels on so we know what they are, right? All right, we got a couple little tiny things. It's not too bad, but this is the smallest of the bunch that we have to make. So this one, and I didn't even realize what it was because I forgot it. I was like, what is this for? It's the burner under the cauldron. I did not realize that. But you just stack it up as best you can. This would probably be a good spot to use the double stick tape on your table to hold it down. I didn't have too much of a problem. If it was tumbling over too much, I probably would have went that route. So this is our little burner in the flame. And then the other one is just a random bowl with green stuff in it. Whatever you want it to be. All right, let's fill the cupboard up. Extremely poisonous. And let's fill the table. And you'll see, I forgot to put the flame thing underneath this cauldron. I discover it later. And I kind of rearranged the books a little differently than what they had in the picture. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just set your table however you feel it looks right to you. All right, let's fill our room up. And right here, I realized I have an extra piece. What is this for? And then I realized, oh, it's supposed to go under here. But no big deal. My glue wasn't dry yet, so I can just stick it right underneath there. And that one's done. Okay, we finished 2, so we just finished potions class. On to our next one. Divination. Ooh. I'm gonna read some tea leaves and look through the crystal ball. And we're gonna open this up. This one's very red. Not too different. I would say, okay, the Herbology was probably the easiest. Potions, probably the most involved one. And this one's kind of a meld between the two. It's not too bad. This one has more cloth. All right, with this one, we start with the base again. So I guess the only backwards one was the first one. So exactly the same thing. If you did it like me and did all of them, which you should because they look really cool lined up, but it's all the same process. So this one has only one wall, and then it's got a big window. But if you remember, Professor Trelawney, she's way up in the top, and she's kind of got a lot of windows all the way around in the attic. So that's what we're trying to make here. And here's the window, and then make sure you peel the cover off, and it goes on the back. Also, her class is, very gypsy looking, so it's got a lot of drapey material. So that's what this is for. So this is a little hanger, and this is going to be for what we drape our curtains on the other side. Got a little window topper, and the walls are done. So now all we have to do is the inside stuff. All right, this is a nice little skinny table, kind of a table that goes against the wall there. And you're going to build the bottom base. Just be careful with these little skinny pieces. Again, I didn't break them. I call that a win. And here's our tabletop. Just watch the direction of where the holes are. And we're just going to put our teapot and our little teacups, because you need those to read the tea leaves. And then we got this little table. This little table goes on the table that we just built. And this holds our crystal balls. We got quite the collection going on here. You need a different kind for a different, I don't know, different styles. Another cabinet. This is like the one we did for potions class. It's just a little smaller. We could do that. This one's just a slightly little fancier because our professor here likes the antiques and things. Not that everything else isn't an antique. But there's a little piece, like a lip on top, and then you got doorknobs on these as well. Alright, we need our little seance candle here. So it's basically just discs on either side of your pole. The red one is going to be our tabletop, and then the brown one's the base. Looks like a big bar stool, a really tall one. And then you're going to wrap it around with this little drapey stuff. I pre-curled it, kind of like when you do Christmas wrapping. Just pre-curl it. Makes your life a little easier. Glue all the way around. They measure these out exactly right, so it should overlap just a tiny bit at the end. Oh, there is measuring on this one. So this one, you're just gonna, I didn't really measure. So I just glued it directly on there and then clipped it off. They give you plenty of this little beady material, chain, whatever it is. Then you have a candle. It's just you put the sticker on the little wood piece and then glue it to the top. And that piece is done. Now we have the main table in the middle. This is where we do all our seances and things like that. I will say, this is the only part that I did break. So you put the two pieces here. I should have just left it just like that, but nope. I had to push it a little too hard there. That's okay. No panic. We're just going to build it directly on the table. And nobody is even going to know because the tablecloth covers everything. See? You can't even tell. In worst case, if you broke it really bad, you can put some glue in there. So we're just going to center this up on the tablecloth here. Make sure the fuzzy side is facing out. Unless you want the non-fuzzy. Either way. And then you're just going to put a little bit of glue all the way around the table edge and then kind of ruffle it. I just put all my fingers around it. Kind of like making a pie or something. A little something like that. And then we're going to put one more piece of tablecloth over the top. I kind of just glued the corners. Just willy-nilly it. Just make it look like it's just kind of draped. And now we need 2 little cushions because we have to sit somewhere to do all our readings. And we're going to stack up these little discs. There's 3 in each one. Just glue them together. You're going to be making 2 of them, so I'm just making both at the same time. And these white felt circles, you're going to glue 2 together. These are going to be the tops of your cushion. So just glue those together, set them aside for a minute. It is nice that everything's all pre-cut. It's kind of a nice change of pace from having to measure, use patterns, things like that. So this is a nice, easy kit. And this is a part where you appreciate that it's all pre-cut. So you're just going to put it right on your little disc in the middle. Fuzzy side is going to be facing out. So it looks like a flower here. And then you're just going to glue each of those little fingers around. Go all the way around. should end up with something kind of like that. And then we're just going to glue it to the top of our red cushions there that we made. And the last thing we're going to do to these, we got to fancyfy them. We're going to put that little gold beading all the way around. You thought you'd get away with not making books? No, 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 no. This is a classroom after all. These books are a little different. They're stickers this time. So we got all the versions, the Z-fold books and the little Scrabble tile sticker books. This class has the most books. It has 6 of them. But these are the easiest books too. Well, I mean the other ones are pretty easy too. All right. Now we have to, you can't have a divination class without crystal balls. So we're going to make a couple. And you just stack them up. Can't be any easier. And then one last thing, we're going to make a candlestick. This could be tricky, but I would recommend the easiest way to do it is glue your bead directly to the long wire. Don't cut it short, and then cut it. That way you have a handle to hold on to. You could pre-cut it and then glue it in. Either way, I find it easier to do this way. And then just glue it onto your base. Of course, you have to have scrolls. More scrolls. We're going to use our cool little quilling tool and then just roll them up. Now the fun part. Let's just set all our tables. Now we got to put everything in the room. So the first thing down is our rug. Next up, we do this in layers, and we do it for reasons. We're going to do the curtains. So what I did is I just kind of overlapped it over the back wall there, glued it to the back. Just pinch it on until it holds. And I'm going to do both sides at the same time here, just so I kind of know where the middle is. Center them up. And then you're going to drape it on either side. So one drapes over the window and one drapes over that little arm that sticks out there. Just whatever looks right to you. You could play with this forever. It's like doing your hair. Just your bangs don't want to do exactly what you want it to do, ever. So just play with it until it looks right. Once you got it where you want it, then we could put all the furniture in there. This is where I noticed that I missed a piece. I didn't put the little table runner on there. Easy enough, just took the parts off the top of the cupboard and then set this down. We can fix that. I like to show you when I make mistakes because we're all human. It happens. I'm not an aesthetic person. I make mistakes. And then it also shows, you know, it's fixable. It's not a big deal. This is supposed to be fun. All right, we're ready for class. And here they are, all in a row. See, it does look cool all together. We got Herbology, we got Potions class, and Divination. All done. The difficulty rating of 2.5 star, yeah, that's valid. The Herbology one, I would say, is more puzzly. And you got a little bit of making a book. Nothing too terrible. The Potions class, maybe a step up, maybe a 3-star in my opinion, because you have to fill the jars, build the cauldron, things like that. So it's a little bit on the difficulty, still easy. There's no lights in any of these, so definitely easy. And then the last one I would say is more, if you like to do the upholstery and things like that. Lots more material and fabric. So it just all depends on what you like. And I think they're all very cool. And I would recommend trying them. Why not? If you have somebody who loves Harry Potter, these would be great. You can just sit there and have fun and zone out and listen to a podcast or something, and you got yourself a little potion class. So, yeah, I did it all in one sitting. Not bad. Actually, they're pretty easy.
but just enough difficulty to, you know, make you think a little bit, which is good. You don't want them to be too easy. So these, like I probably said previously, is these are great for beginners. And if you like Harry Potter, bonus. So I would recommend them. And I will put a link to the website if you are interested in these, and they have lots more. Not just Harry Potter, they have everything that you can almost think of. And so I'll put a link down below. And yeah, these were fun. Coming up next, what should I do? I'll think of something. Actually, I think I have a big adventure coming. So, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if nothing else, hit the like. And of course, as usual, leave a lovely comment. So I know that you're liking what you're seeing, right? And are you guys into Harry Potter? You want me to do more? What's the other thing, IPs that you would be interested in? The world's our oyster, right? But I do have a whole lot lined up, so stay tuned. Don't miss out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.